I've had some interesting things happen to me as a driver. Not so much as an owner, you know, with the people and fans and stuff like that. I want to know, have you gotten tomatoes thrown at you? Have you had beer thrown at you? Have you had people buy you a beer? Like, what's, to you, you know, you obviously are, like, the fans are right here with you. You know, for fans with us, we interact with them sometimes at the track, and we see them along fence lines and things like that. But what's the craziest thing that's happened to you at a show?
I remember this one time, funny enough, this is kind of a whole story, but we were playing a show in Oxford, Ohio, and I was on the road with Luke Holmes, and it was actually, I think it was back in 2017 or 2018, which is, there's a bar there in Oxford, Ohio,
Is that by the
called Brick
university?
Street. Yes, right by Miami, Ohio. So anyway, we're playing a show there, and we had actually just written this song called One Too Many that I wrote with Luke that Brooks and Dunn sang on, and it's just a beer drinking honky tonk song. Anyway, we had just got done writing that song, and so we go in and play the show, and Luke's playing the show, and I'm standing side stage watching him play, and there's this one guy for 90 minutes worth of Luke's show, nearly 90 minutes, I guess. He stood like 3 or 4 rows back off the stage and just gave me the middle finger the whole time while I'm standing off to the side. He didn't even watch the show. He was so busy.
Was he like eye locked with you?
Yeah, and to this day, I think he had me confused because I had just got done playing, and I didn't do anything. I do think he ended up getting kicked out and toted off and with some jewelry on his wrist that night. But
did he move at all?
No, he just. And what's funny is, like, he was like full arm extension with his middle finger just staring at me the whole time, and I'm like, and to this day, Luke has even brought this instance up in an interview before, and to this day, I'm still very confused about it.
I mean, full arm extension, like that's commitment.
Yeah, it was. I'm like, man, he really feels strongly about what he's telling me right now.
Lactic acid buildup, right? It's so great to have fans, and fans make up, like you said, for you, it's record labels and you know, song purchases and things like that, and the fandom of things come with that because of people interested in that. Right. And NASCAR, obviously, people in the stands, people watching on TV. But what I love about what NASCAR does is we give so much access to the fans to see the drivers and things like that. And if you compared it to another sport, I mean, you know, the relief pitcher, he's warming up in the bullpen. They're going, hey, can I get an autograph? Sure, you know, pitch, doing that sort of a deal. But what I think it does is it gives that impression that, hey, we're normal people in here, but we're doing extraordinary things.
Absolutely.
And what I love about sitting here talking to you, I didn't know you before today, Drew. Like, that's the cool thing about it. But you step up on stage or film a music video, whatever it might be, and you become a larger-than-life personality.
That's my most favorite part of the whole thing that I do, man, is getting to meet people from different walks of life and all over the world. And my granddad was, man, he was a huge people person, and he told me one time, he said, you know, get to know everybody you can because one day you might need them. And that wasn't to say use them for something, but you never know when you might be in the lowest time of your life and just need somebody to talk to. And so if you get to know, I mean, man, I have fans of my music that I seriously think I could call and talk to in the middle of the night if I needed them. And I think that's super special and something that is really cool to me.
Yeah, I think there's some similarities there because one of my biggest things through racing is, you know, I always had the mentality of never burn a bridge, and that's to fans, to people in the industry, because you never know with our circles. People don't realize in our industries, and I feel like there's probably parallels, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it's as big as they seem, they're pretty small. Right. And I feel like that's been a big thing because I've been a part of multiple race teams, but everybody, it seems like as they go on, you know, with time, you know, they might be your mechanic for your front end over here, or you go on and you don't see them for 6 years, and then, hey, they're your car chief one time. And so I don't know, that might be with you guys too. They might be your guitarist or something like that, and you don't see them for a long time. But I feel like that's a world we live in NASCAR. It's like you can't go screw them over on something or do whatever, because you gotta have the mentality like, hey, you may need them sometime, or if they're in your car and you need something from them and it's crunch time, they're gonna be, hey, I remember back in 2014 when you did this to me, for you to step up on stage and know that you're giving these people a good time. They're there to see you and your band. Like, What is that? Is that pressure? Is that fun? What's that like for you?
No, I think it's kind of the driving force that kind of gets you on stage and kind of makes me have a good time, is to know that whatever I'm about to do for 90 minutes on stage is going to be the deciding factor of whether or not that person forgets how bad of a job they have, how much they hate their boss, you know.
Yeah.
Any problem that they have in the world, for 90 minutes while I'm on stage, hopefully they don't think about any of that. And as long as I put on the best show that I can possibly put on, that's what kind of allows them to forget that. And so I think it goes back to that kind of chip on your shoulder, and I'm like, man, I'm about to go kick whatever problems they have, I'm about to kick them right in the teeth, right?
Yeah.
Not the person, but their problems. I'm gonna help them get over whatever they're going through in their life and just let them forget about whatever they're dealing with. And that kind of is the exciting thing, to know that you're kind of providing a service, right?
Yeah.
It's like fun therapy. You know, come drink. You
really
like
are.
Cold beer. Come drink cold beer at our therapy session. So it's a lot of fun to get to know that I'm kind of having that piece of someone's life and helping them deal with something.